fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another sale. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bro's on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
We just around here, make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another sale. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get the off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I give.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. With that, we head up to Jacksonville for the Jags home opener. To bring it to you, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They returned home after playing in London last week, but it was a good trip as they came home a winner.
And that's a long flight when you lose, but not half as bad when you come home with a victory and full of bangers and mash.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And he made both sides happy last week, didn't he?
Yeah, 3 and 3.
I mean, his guys, they caught 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. Gotta get off of that schneid and get back to just throwing touchdown passes and taking care of the ball better.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, this is Jackson, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. There you see the starters defensively for Jacksonville. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They held them to well under 200 yards of total offense. That's a number you can really focus on, too, because the way offenses run in today's game, they're usually pretty smooth, and they give you a lot of misdirection, a lot of trickery. They're able to hold in there and stuff them.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
First carry for Peyton Barber. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A carry for Clement, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace, money throw right there to move the sticks.
And the grab by Croft. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyler Croft, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. They'll start here with Jackson. On the stop, Breland speaks.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing on first is Wentz. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now a play fake. Wentz under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Josh Allen in there to bury him for a loss of 11. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. Now Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, Clement. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And that's caught by Smith. Touchdown, Jaguars! Traquan Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run on first down with Jackson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas.
Pass interference, defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. The tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Freddie Kitchens going to push the envelope. His guys will go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Greg Olsen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone. Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. Now they set up the screen for Clement. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Brady's throw there complete. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Brady to throw again. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Brady. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now Brady. Short throw hauled in by Kroft. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin out in Houston. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. James Conner, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Andrew Luck, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounced back from the defeat on opening weekend. Lastly, we head to the City of Angels to check on the Rams at home in L.A. And at the half, they trail the visiting Redskins. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They go back to the ground, this time Clement. Tavon Young in on the tackle.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The open man is Smith. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Wait, 20. 33. Bandit.
On second down, it's Barber. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. But it's caught on the right side at Smith.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Brady. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. Brady, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Brady. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into...
Well, he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Corey Clement, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Throwing is Wentz. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And the intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. Now Wentz again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Demaryius Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Again, it's Wentz. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're
True.
exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
2nd and 9 now from the 21. On 2nd down, Barber. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 25 yards that time. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. And he whips one in there complete. That's Demaryius Thomas. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. That's caught. It's Thomas. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Wentz. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. Smith catches left side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Brady to throw. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Traquan Smith with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Let's go.
Carson Wentz in the offense. Down by a field goal. 70 seconds remaining. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. To throw is Wentz. And Olsen over the middle. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens...
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going down.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. What can Wentz do now with his drive? He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 37-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. They'll run it with Jackson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all, because if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. Wentz now on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. As overtime wears on, something to keep in mind, it is hot down there on the field.
And if we think it's a sauna, what are they feeling down there? And this is where both teams find out about their strength and conditioning program. All the work they put into it to get to this moment, and did the guys follow the mantra of hydrating ahead of time so they're ready to go right now.
Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, Neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Brady. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Brady. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play. First down. Brady now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man up.